Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome to our Happy Hotels Hospitality Wi-Fi Solutions webinar. Today, JF Fontaine-Boulier will be presenting for us, and he's the EMEA Strategic Verticals Director. Hi, JF.
Hi, Susie. Thanks for the introduction. I'm Jean-François, so call me JF. That's much easier. I'm EMEA Strategic Verticals Director, focusing on hospitality mainly and education, but definitely my background is about hospitality. I'm quite happy to touch base with you today. We will spend about little hour together, reviewing, what are the expectations from the ground and what are the hotels and their guests expecting from Wi-Fi. To start with, I will play a short video. That's one of the most recent videos we produced to express what are the guest expectations about Wi-Fi in hotels. You could find it on our YouTube channel. You will find plenty of them, all sorted by playlist. You have a hospitality playlist, education playlist, and so forth. So please, give a look at our channel. You will find plenty useful videos to play with your customers or even internally. Go for it.
66% of hotel guests wish that it was easier to connect on hotel Wi-Fi. On arrival, check-in should be smooth. In the guest room, conference calls are clear and there are no spinning wheels on the screen. In a conference room, participants log in and get to work with no problems. At the pool, guests can share videos with friends and family. Is your hotel sad and suffering from bad hotel reviews? Maybe your Wi-Fi is not keeping up with your guests, and it's frustrating your guests. Cambium Networks provides satisfying wireless technology that works for guests today, tomorrow, and for years to come. What's the Cambium Network solution? Everything you need at the lowest cost. Free cloud Wi-Fi with CN Maestro management, enterprise Ethernet CN Matrix switches, and RF-aware Wi-Fi with CN Pilot indoor and outdoor access points. How great is that? A guest network that just works. Happy guests make happy hotels. Guests go to happy hotels. And sad hotels, well, they go away. Find out about our solutions for hospitality and how to reach our channel partners at www.cambiumnetworks.com.
So I'm glad, it did work. Well, hospitality, there's a clear shift, in this vertical around Wi-Fi. It moved from amenity to utility. You knew, it was important, but it's even more important to stress on it again. Why that? Why? Because when you ask hotel guests, what they're expecting in a hotel, free Wi-Fi comes at first. Not only they want Wi-Fi, but they want an easier access to Wi-Fi, one click away access, something that they don't have to bother much. In average, people are looking for Wi-Fi after 7 minutes of a check-in. So that's something quite quick, and it should be easy, it should be straightforward, and it should be seamless, of course. What should we do about Wi-Fi in hotels, in resorts? Well, three things, three key shifts to consider. The RF design should be state of the art. It's something that people are sometimes not investing enough into it. So definitely, invest in some heat map service tools such as EKO or others. But definitely, the more you design the network in advance, the better the result for the guest. And make sure that the access points are the closest as possible from the guest devices. This is key. The guest portal, one click away. easy captive portal, the ability just to communicate, welcome the guest, offer him Wi-Fi, and that's it. The less you ask, the better the guest will feel. Of course, it has to be seamless within properties, inside the property itself. And at last, rooming is what you can rely on. And for that, you will have to look for enhanced rooming. There's nothing worse than dropping the connection as you walk in a hotel, and it all happened to every one of us. What happened lastly? Well, every 2 years, the guest devices change, not the access point. Every 2 years since 2010, remember 2010 was the year of the first iPad, and from then we had to install more access point, more and more access point, and less rooms by access point. Look at 2014, it was 4 rooms per access point. Now we're adding to 1 per room. Of course, with 1 per room, we will offer much more than just Wi-Fi. We will also manage wired services. But this is the best way to get as close as possible to the guest devices. And why that? Because if the access points are twice more powerful than the laptop or 6 times more powerful than a phone, then it's not the other way around. And the guest devices are struggling, to access the access point if they are in the corridor. So that's why, having them close to the guest during their stay is the better solution. You may face some issues with Apple devices. Apple is, to be frank, not really kind to Wi-Fi networks. It often drops the connection, and to make it solid, then it's really about RF design and enhanced rooming, what I mentioned earlier. Why? Because the iOS devices will always look for the 2.4 gigahertz channel instead of the 5 gig, and that could be an issue. If you look at the link, that is mentioned on the page, you could find much more information about that from the support of Apple. Why 1 access point per room? And this is why I want to give a focus on. It's clearly future-proof. Of course, I will tell you about our portfolio of indoor and outdoor access point, but clearly indoor. And for the rooms, the in-room Wi-Fi, having 1 access point per room is really the best in class. It eliminates the need for extensive RF site survey. That's straightforward, 1 per room, you're done. There's a guaranteed signal, 100% coverage in every room. This is a guarantee you can give to the hotel general managers when placing the order. There's also the ability to save the battery from the guest devices by reducing the transmit power required. And similarly, that reduce also the airtime fairness. And at the end, it's just a copy and paste of every one of yours are experiencing at home. The kind of router from the telco that you may have plugged into your living room, enabling Wi-Fi all over in the bathroom, in the corridor, in the room itself. Well, everywhere where you need it, and that's also offer, as I said earlier, the ability to manage LAN and the VLAN. What guests are doing in those rooms? Well, mostly, they're streaming content. They're streaming multimedia content from their device, from the web, and vice versa. They're taking so many pictures and videos they want to share with friends. They're downloading movies from their subscription. And when you look at it, 79% of prime time traffic is video streaming. More and more, we're sharing videos. Look at this social network you may use. Facebook is definitely one, but LinkedIn, which is a professional matter, more and more you do have videos. And to be frank, from a marketing point of view, when we are communicating around our footprint in hospitality, we're doing it through videos. Why? Because this is the media people are comfortable with. Rooming. The rooming is the what you should invest in. And to enable rooming not only within the property, but also between hotels themselves, you need a controller that is multi-site, multi-tenant, like the CN Maestro. CN Maestro is our management platform coming for free on a freemium version with any hardware you're buying from us. And this platform, enables to authenticate all the Wi-Fi users, whether they are staff or guests of the hotel. Of course, you can use a social credential to log in, and we will have a screen capture in the following slide showing the captive portal that is also managed beside the hardware itself through the cloud controller. Guest portal should be simple and straight. Look at this one. There's one logo, one picture, and some text as limited as possible. It's really click and go. You can ever do it just without asking any information. You can ask a voucher code. You can also ask, and this is the example given here, the social media for permission. If you do so, managing to get some information from Facebook will enable you to gather some data, and with that data, you will be able to find out who is staying in the property, where they're coming from, are they male or female, which age, and so forth. And for the hotels, this becomes a gold mine. Why? Because they can make some money out of it, and they can access the guests that more and more are booking through OTAs, and those OTAs such as Booking.com or Expedia are stealing the data, meaning they are not sharing the name and surname, nor the country address and even email address of the guest staying in the hotel. They're just sharing the booking, and that's it. That's why the hotel needs to get back on those data, and we can enable that through our APIs. Our portfolio. Choose any Cambium access point, and you will have the support, the similar support with enterprise features. Ever you're considering having access point in the in guest rooms, in conference rooms, in the back of house, or in the outdoor spaces, well, you will benefit from the same experience. Of course, if you place one of our access points in the corridor, it would be different from the one in the conference area. In the conference or lobby, with high density purpose, then we look for a 4x4 radius instead of 2x2, but definitely the access point will behave the same, and you could expect the same level of same channel and the same result in terms of Wi-Fi channels. Why and what makes Cambium so great? Well, we do have tier one features enabling B2B offers to become more frequent. Tier one enterprise vendors all use Qualcomm. So do we. Cambium is also using Qualcomm, that's for sure. But the main differentiation comes from CN Maestro. Our controller is managing the access point, is managing the captive portal, as I mentioned earlier, but is also managing the switches, and and all working together as a combo. And even when it comes to buy them, you quite often benefit from bundles and promotion. Why that? Because if you are on board only Cambium Networks equipment, it will be much easier for you. You will manage all the equipment at once with one single platform. Once you have some people internally trained to play with CN Maestro, they could onboard any product. And it's really easy management, easy switching. In terms of switches, I won't spend too much time here, but definitely we have some more webinars going on this particular topic, where we are offering PoE and non-PoE out switches, but all running layer 2, layer 3 level, and definitely all our access points are wave 2. So um, the best is to ask, and this is what I'm pushing everyone I'm talking to make a trial. Order a demo kit. We are offering NFR prices for to enable that. And you play with CN Maestro. It's easy. You can even register from now on the web. Order a demo kit and find out by yourself how easy it is to manage your equipment. And once you have tried them, I can tell you, you will buy from us. You will buy and buy back. Why? Because it's affordable, it's easy to use, and end users are happy with. So what more could you expect? Security is important, and that's one of the topic that are mentioned in the events I may attend within the hospitality industry. But don't bother about it. Of course, you could be threatened by those cybersecurity headlines, but don't be distracted by them. Security is the same as it's always been. Just keep as you did in the past, and everything will be okay. Some case studies I would like to share with you, because the last year has been really successful for us in this vertical. One of them is the Lewana collection, a brand in Africa, in Tanzania, where we are lucky enough to install all the properties of the brand using our entire portfolio. Today we only spoke about so far the Wi-Fi part, Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi access point and Wi-Fi access switches. But besides that, we do have our Motorola in heritage with point-to-point and point-to-multipoint technologies, and all of them are used in those properties. They are in the middle of nowhere in Africa, and they needed the point-to-point to access the internet bandwidth, point-to-multipoint to connect the buildings between themselves, and the Wi-Fi at the very end to enable the guest to access internet. So it's really a full end-to-end wireless solution that we can offer to you with Cambium, using the same CN Maestro management platform, whatever the product you're considering. Besides Lewana, which is part of minor hotel groups, some other brands of minor you may better know, such as NH hotels. We also working with independent hotels, of course, independent hotels in North America, such as those two ones. Much larger boutique hotels or level resorts in Asia. some major hotel chains such as Holiday Inn or Radisson, whatever the type of property we're considering, may it be a campground, resort, a theme park, restaurant chain, isolated hotel, or an iconic one, we do have a solution. And when we don't have the solution, or when we don't have the features that you may look after available, well, we will make them available. That's part of the organization that has been put in place last year, and I'm involved in. We are making sure that we are meeting 100% of expectation of the ground, and handling this and coping with that challenge is quite exciting, because we make sure that wherever you go, whoever you speak, we can deal with. So Wi-Fi is also in some other spots, such as big events, sport events. This is the Tour of Britain, or on the right-hand side, the Info Game Show in Croatia. A ski resort, holiday park in Germany. Wherever, I told you, wherever you're thinking of, we can bring the Wi-Fi, we can bring internet, we can send multicast feeds. So open your mind, just think, what could you do with our solutions, and I'm sure you will sell much more. Take an example, take video surveillance, CCTV cameras. Now that's something that we find everywhere, and particularly in large resorts. They need to watch after their property, and in just needing an electric socket to power an access point that will power itself a camera, enables you to offer a wireless network to support the CCTV system, and this is typically something that integrators, managed service providers should look at now. Don't consider only the very end, the guest access, but everything that the hotel may require to rely on the network itself. National parks in US, stadium in Europe, but this one is in India. Managing to connect up to 50,000 guests at once with no single issue. So just think about it. Think about what we could do for you, and if it's not available, it will. It's just a matter of expressing your need. So come to us, send us any request. We'll deal with it. The bigger it is, the bigger energy we will spend on it, and that's as simple as that. That was a quick one. I thought I would spend much more time on the slides. I spoke for half an hour. If you have some question, I will be happy to take them. I don't see any so far, but Susie, you may tell me if I've missed anything.
Yeah, I do not see any questions yet, but I'll let everyone know that the recording of this webinar and the slides will be posted to our community forum and to our YouTube page. So if you want to share the video or watch it again, you can find it on those two places.
Well, thank you, and thanks everyone. Look after the LinkedIn, after Facebook, after our website, our channel, community, and you will find most answer to your question. But definitely, I'm available. You can ring me the way you want. I will answer your question. I can see a hand. Is it? So, yeah, I have someone asking. And I try to unmute him. Could I do that? Sorry, Michael. I could see. Yes. Oh, you should be able to speak now.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, we can hear you.
Good afternoon. I really enjoyed your seminar. Hello?
Thank you.
Hello?
Yes.
I said I enjoyed your seminar and I have a question for you. I just want to know if your product and services can actually work in Nigeria or there's a way you can tap your operation in maybe other African countries because I'm from Nigeria, so I just want to know about that.
In Nigeria, you have we have some distributors and resellers already. So if you look at our website and look for resellers, you will have a map of Africa showing where you can find resellers to work with or distributors. Use the contact form on the website, and we'll come to you. Just a few minutes earlier, I was speaking with our regional manager, so it's easy to access our products, I can tell. So we lost you, I guess. Yeah, I hope that was the I answered the properly. But as Suji mentioned earlier, you will find the presentation and all the information posted on our website. Susie, thank you.
Thank you, JF. This was great.
You're welcome. And I guess you will be closing, or should I?
I can close it. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, everyone.